excited to hear what you guys have to say or questions you might have.
Scott, obviously, how did you, I mean, I know we always get to ask you how you scored things, and you don't love to do that, but obviously the fans seem to have scored that a lot differently than two of the judges did. How did you have it?
You know, I tell you, that was a fight that was tough. I mean, I could have seen it if it would have went to the next round. But, you know, I, for the most part, just sat there and watched as a fan. So I wasn't writing down every round and monitoring every second of the fight like the judge would. But to me, it was entertaining. And, you know, Matt's legs really impressed me. You know, not just his kicking ability, but here's a guy that, to me, he was moving around like he was, you know, 25 years old. So I thought he did a great job.
I think for some people, it probably is begging the question that what will happen to him if he has to go against another standout wrestler in the next round if he was not able to stay on his feet against Roy Nelson?
I mean, that's something that, you know, we'll see. I mean, Bader and King Mo are both really exceptionally, you know, wrestlers at a super high level. And so either one of them, I think, will be a challenge for anybody. You know, Matt's a great fighter. King Mo's a great fighter. Bader's a great fighter. And it's going to be something to be fun to watch. So, you know, the nice thing is we have this tournament. It's an all year long affair. And, you know, it's just getting better and better and better. 2
fights into it, is it going the way you hoped it would go? And has the response from people been, at the level that you hoped it would be?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that people are really excited about this tournament. And, you know, we're getting, you know, a lot of great response back from the fans, you know, out there on social, and the network loves it, and it's doing very good ratings. So it's something I think that MMA needs right now.
All right, Scott, last time you were in Mohegan Sun, we had a very close decision with Mousasi Somenko. We had it again tonight. I asked you the question if you thought about adding 2 more rounds to the main events. Have you ever had any new thought on that?
Well, the thing is that, you know, especially in the tournament format, you know, it's a 3-rounder, but it would have went to an extra round, sudden death round, if they had a draw after 3. So that would have been really exciting. I was hoping it would go into an extra round because I think the fans want to see it. You guys probably want to see it. I wanted to see it. But, you know, Matt had a great win, and we move forward. But, you know, as far as going back to a 5-round main event outside of the tournament, it's something we're still talking about. And like we talked about, you know, last time, I think it will happen. It's just when.
Not the timing.
Because once we make that decision, we're not going to move back.
Sure.
And we'll go forward from there. But it's just, you know, a matter of timing, I think, on that issue.
Are you waiting for all 4 fights of the open round to complete before you name the dates for the next round?
You know what? The answer is yes. And the reason why is we've had offers from different territories, let's say, different countries, to host a semi-main event there. But depends on who's going to be fighting. I think it will depend on where we go. So, you know, we'll make it geographically, you know, good for the competitors as well as for us, because, you know, like, you know, it's if Vader wins, we'll probably be back in Chicago or New York or LA. And if Mir wins, maybe we'll go back to Los Angeles or San Jose or someplace on the West Coast. So, you know, we're gonna keep it open until the fights are all over. The matchup's already done. Like, you guys already starting here. But as far as location and date, that will happen after.
My last question for you: we saw Patricky tonight. When are we going to see Patricio defend his belt?
You know, he was supposed to fight in November, and he had an injury. Pulling out of the Tel Aviv card. So I think they're talking to him right now, and I think, you know, they're putting something together for him. We'll see.
Okay.
The Hardy and Gulitson fight perhaps didn't go the way people thought that it would go. Does that do anything to take away some of the luster of that rivalry going into the boxing match if it does happen, or is that not your problem because you're not going to necessarily co-promote it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, listen, you have to respect those ladies coming in here, coming from a boxing background, trying, you know, get into MMA and trying the different techniques that they're trying. And it became a fight that, like I said, more of a technical fight. I thought it was become more of a striking match myself. So I was a little bit surprised, but, you know, that's the nature of this fight industry, is that you never know. You know, like Matt tonight, moving around the way he did, I was really surprised. I thought, wow, this guy is got great movement tonight. And the best I've seen him move around ever, you know, since he's been fighting for us. So, you know, you never know. Like, you just never know. And, And as far as the boxing match, that's really something that we'll assist and do what we can do, but that's really up to the boxing promoters as how they when they do that, how they do that, or where they do that.
Scott, how happy were you about first Taiwan Clax looking impressive, and then your newest signee, Dean Nemikov? Chris has always been that you have a lot of UFC guys and the homegrown guys are developing enough. Are you happy with their development tonight?
Yes, you know what? We have some tremendous talented athletes, fighting in Bellator, and when you look at how we built this roster, when I came in here 3 years ago, we had a decent roster, and I sat down with my guys. I said, okay, that's the first order of business is how are we going to make this roster better, right? And really, it's not just buying free agents from the top down. You need to, and we did buy some free agents from the top down, but we also started investing in the Aaron Picos of the world, the AJ McKees, the Gallaghers of the world, the Tyrell Fortunes of the world, the Trices of the world. I mean, we said we're going to build it from the ground up. We're going to buy some from the top down, and that's going to create the robust roster that we have today. And those guys that you see fighting today, trust me, in another 6 to 8 months, a year, they're going to be in some big fights, and I think you're going to see some really entertaining MMA from the guys that we started from the ground up 3 years ago.
What's the plan for the heavyweight division? You still have a lot of older guys who are older than 36, some as old as 40. Is there a push this year to maybe sign like 5 or 6 young kids and start developing them while you have Mir, Fedor for now?
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, listen, we are open for business in the sense that when there's a free agent on the market, we are going to go after that, right? And when we see a young prospect that we feel that we can build into a big star, we're going to go after him. And, the heavyweight division, I think we have some of the greatest icons in the history of the sport fighting. And to me, I enjoy watching them. And we have some young guys coming up that, looking fortunate. I mean, he's a kid that, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And anybody from that Olympic level wrestling background that really trains in MMA and learns how to make the crossover is going to be dangerous because they have such a history of being in great shape and have perseverance and have indomitable spirit and things that it takes to become successful in mixed martial arts. So I feel really good about where we're going, but it's going to take time. Listen, when we had when I had Strikeforce, it took years. It takes years to build Tyron Woodley. It took years to build Luguaco. It takes years to build Daniel Cormier. It takes literally years. I mean, those are athletes that were fighting for me 10 years ago, 8 years ago, and now they're coming to their own. These athletes are going to take about 6-7 years to really get to their peak, and that's why we're starting it now.
Last question: women's featherweight, men's middleweight. What's status with them? I know that John Salt told me he wants a title shot. I know that Toledo Pierre wants a title shot. Where do they stand right now, and when do we expect to maybe see both of those titles defended?
Yes, I think that we'll have an announcement shortly, but before June, I think you'll see, Salter fighting. I think you'll see a middleweight title defense, and we're gonna start ramping it up and keep these guys real busy.
Scott, is there an update on Liam McGeary's foot?
I do know that he was transported to the hospital, and I don't have an update from the hospital, but I know that we sent somebody with him. So hopefully, we can get something to you guys shortly.
Number 2, is there an outcome on the numbers that you can give us? I know that it was sold out here tonight, but do you have any numbers?
Yeah, did you guys have numbers? No. We'll get it to you shortly. I'm sure they'll figure it out. But it feels great to be sold out. We always love coming here. The Mohegan Sun's been a great home for Bellator, and it's just growing and growing. And I think you guys are supporting it, and we'll see you guys in October. Thank you.